Can you see our slides?
Looks great.
Okay, great. All right, so thank you everyone. We're gonna get started. Rich Tardy, Foyr. We are a company that does 3D visualization. We have a platform and it's really designed for the real estate professionals, investors, developers of buildings and properties that are already exist, but also where we specialize is buildings that are to be built. And some of the technology that we've built specifically for that industry, we're gonna show you today. But we have currently more than 10 million square feet of space created on our platform, delivering over 15,000 of these 3D visualization experiences, which we call walkthroughs through our Storyteller offering. So we're going to get into a little bit today about exactly what we do and how we do it. So when we look at commercial real estate professionals and we look at the challenges that exist within that space, obviously, when you have a tenant that's looking for space or a developer that's looking to build a property, the best thing that we can do is offer value add around how do we showcase these properties? How do we create it so that it's a differentiation in the marketplace? How do we get people excited about wanting to lease from us or to build properties, new properties, co-working spaces or co-living spaces? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about how we solve for the leasing challenges that we think are out there today, where there's a lag on people maybe making decisions as fast as we would like them to make decisions. Maybe there's some delays. We've got a platform that will allow you to speed up the sales process and offer additional marketing to your clients as well as to your developers and investors. So we'll talk a little bit about the tech, the leasing, and we'll talk about how this applies to the professional real estate group. So 3 things that we want to really focus on today is let's close the leasing transactions faster. We're going to help you to accelerate the decision making. We're going to show the prospects 3D test fits. We'll show them a design. We can gather inputs from them around how many offices do they think they need, how many workstations, how many conference rooms or cafes or open space areas to collaborate, reception lobby, things like that. So let's close transactions faster. We want to lead with immersive 3D every time. So our goal is to help bring our platform into your business process and into how you sell so that you can spend more time leading with this every time you have a pitch. For the smaller pitches, the mid-sized pitches, and then the really large pitches. And we've got multiple offerings depending on what type of, how deep of a level you want to go with the walkthroughs and the showcase. And then be future ready. Enable your CRE team to adopt all the next gen technology. One of the reasons I joined Foyr and really into the prop tech, spending my life in technology and around it, is that there's a major transformation going on from the old world essentially to this new digital world of all the different types of tools that are accelerating commercial real estate brokerage and the property developers out there. It's amazing how many tools are out there right now and how some of them even complement each other. So we talked about 10 million square feet of leasing space test fitted today on our platform and growing, which is fantastic, worth a 3.5-year-old business. So exponential growth in those 3.5 years. We are in 21 countries where real estate professionals use our platform. We have 500+ leasing deals where Foyr's technology has accelerated deal closure. Just a little bit of, there's some of the different customers that we have on the platform today. So our slogan and really the way we look at every property is every property does have a story to tell. We want to help you tell your property's story in 3D every time. So we're going to talk about Foyr Storyteller. Storyteller is an offering that we have that comes in 3 different flavors. We're going to show you an example of each. But this is probably resonates as commonplace in the day-to-day business. We get these 2D layouts and floor plans. We have whatever we have on as sources available to us. Sometimes we don't have any pictures. Sometimes we've got just an outline of a space that's empty. So we kind of know what the total square footage look like, but we have no concept and no idea of exactly what would that look like fitted out for this particular tenant. So what we do is we take the inputs that we get, whether it's a CAD file, whether it's a PDF, whether it's any type of file that exists or pictures that exist. And we use our artificial intelligence within our platform to create an output of a 3D test fit, which then you can dynamically change. You can work with the interiors. You can set up to expand the densities from, say, 50 workstations to 75 workstations if people need to get their head around how will we grow in this space over a period of time. So this is just a quick example of typically commonplace today of what we deal with when we're working with tenants and we're looking to fit out space. So we're going to talk about specifically our first offering, which is Storyteller Lite. This is a real life example, downtown Philadelphia on 1 South Broad Street. The inputs that we received from the broker that we worked with was the actual photos you're seeing here. So we had a layout from one of their architects of what the space could look like if it was fully fitted out. And then we had an original photo of the before, which is what the tenant, the prospect tenant walked through to get a sense for what the property looked like. Within 48 hours using Storyteller Lite, which is our service level agreement back to our clients, we were able to deliver an output that gave them Google Street View integration. It gave them layout planning. It gave them the Storyteller test fit, and then HQ renders. So if we go into the actual demo, this is what the output looked like. So this here is our Storyteller Lite version, Google Street View, which comes with all of the different packages we offer. So I can get a sense for what the building looks like. I can get a sense for its surroundings. When I'm ready to take the tour, I just click on the button here, and now I'm actually inside the office. And I can use my mouse and my cursor, and I can go around, and I can take a walk through, and I can make any turns that I want. I can come in here, and I can see we've got a little bit of a cafe. Now, keep in mind, this is not the type of furniture. This is not exactly the type of, brands and models and things that they've used. That's more for our interior designers, and that's how a lot of folks use our tool with commercial furniture and interior designers to actually render specifically what the client wants. But this is a 48-hour turnaround of a space where the broker was able to go right back to that tenant while they're hot and ready to buy, they're ready to lease, and show them a visual of what this office has the potential of looking like. We can come into these areas here. We could see basically the entire office. Now, we have some navigational keys here as well. A couple things. This was specifically for a JLL pitch. So you can skin this and label this with your own logo. When you come up here to the menu, we can toggle back to the street view, which is where we came in from. We also have the ability to pull up the floor plan. So if we can gather some information from the prospective tenants up front, and we can get how many office rooms and how many conference rooms, reception, what's the seating look like in reception, cafeterias, training rooms, things like that, we actually then can test fit, still within that 48-hour turnaround time, an output that looks and is a deliverable like this back to you. Okay. The other thing we have is the ability to jump from anywhere within that floor plan. So we can go to the collaboration rooms, we can go to the copy rooms, the cafeteria, the phone booth, we can go to a conference room. So anywhere within here, we can dynamically go and take a look at some of the different design and some of what we did for the test fit. We also have the ability to pull up our mini map, which then basically can take you into any of the areas that you click on. Okay. This is Storyteller Lite. Quick turnaround, low resolution on the browser. So this is, again, a lower resolution, quick turnaround time, quick for test fits, gives you an idea. As we come back over here, we're going to talk a little bit about Storyteller Standards. This is our second offering within our lineup of Storyteller. So here is an example of a floor plan and a layout. that we got where we had furniture details, we had design details, we had floor layout, and we had floor plan. Very different. This is where we've gathered a lot more data, and it was available to the broker and then available to us. So the output delivered now is of higher quality resolution. There's a 72-hour turnaround for this type of service using Storyteller Standard because we're putting it out in a higher resolution that's rendered on our servers, not rendered through the browser. So it gives you a very different look. Now, if we go into the outputs here, here's what we were able to accomplish in 72 hours for this tenant. Here's the floor plan. We can come over here and we can see that we're in the entry area. I'm going to go down and start right here and look at the difference as far as the quality of the interiors here. Much, much different. Much higher quality. We have some outdoor photographs as well. You also have the ability, if you want, to push the play button. You can add music, you can add a narrative. If you didn't want to have people manually go through with their pointer and their mouse and their clicker, you can be giving some type of narrative to showcase this property right now. You could have music in the background. So this gives you a sense. Again, we've got our map up here. So we can go to any of the locations within that fitted suite that we want to. But you can get a sense now for the level of quality when we have more inputs of what we can do with the output that we deliver. Okay. Again, we have the navigational tools, so we can sit here. If I take this off play, I can come over here and I can look at any of the different areas. I can go right to a business lounge. I can go to the workstation area. Okay. So this is Storyteller Standard. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to jump around between demo and offering because I think it's easier to follow the different offerings. Our third offering within Storyteller is Storyteller Pro. This is a 3 to 4 week output. This is much more involved. We usually at this point are working with architects. We're working with the developers, architects. We're working with some design folks. We've got 3D models. We've got floor plans. We're importing the building site plans, reference images. We've got marketing brochures. We've got a lot more of the inputs that we're getting so that we can import it into our tool. And then the output delivered is much more valuable to the end result. So here I'm going to show you. This is a shot of a property that's yet to be built. This building right here is in downtown Singapore. You could see that we've got some different information highlights here. We've got an entrance for a view. We've got the terrace view. We've got the sky garden, and then we have the interiors. If I wanted to take a look around the city, this is actual footage of downtown Singapore. This is what it looks like in and around this building where they're looking to build this property here. So this is the kind of stuff that when you think about the type of work and the projects that we're doing, what a lot of customers are starting to move towards and some of the concepts that we're bringing to life with them is take a small subprint of this in any city across any geography and think about all of the different buildings and all of the different the square footage in all those buildings that you're representing. What's available within a subset of any downtown area or any metro area. And then if we could easily put these identification keys, that would make it interesting for a client because you could walk them through all the different buildings that are available and all the different properties that are available. With Storyteller Pro, not only are we doing exteriors, we're doing interiors. We also can easily do Google Street View integration if we need to. The other thing we do here is, again, it's high resolution rendered on our server. There's a lot more work that goes into the final output, obviously, with something of this quality. But we also do database integration as an option with this type of offering. So if you wanted to know how many flats are available within this entire building, what's the pricing, what's the square footage, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, all of that can be fully integrated and offered back to a view to the end users that are here. So let's just take an example. We want to go down and take a look at the terrace. This would give you an idea of what it would look like from the street view. Looking out into the city, you can see we've got a pool here. We've got the building here. Got some different entrances. Got some lounge chairs. Okay, so now we're bringing this property to life with a full-blown walkthrough. If I want to close out, I can go visit any of these areas. I also have the ability here to click on the interiors. And now we can offer different interiors. So if we understand in talking to you, what type of interiors are you looking for? Modern type flats, colonial? Are you looking for traditional, transitional? And then we can develop those type of designs inside any of these interiors so that you could take a full walkthrough. Again, the quality is high render on the server. You could see we can take a walk through the entire design. Again, we could put it onto autoplay, and you can showcase and feature any type of, we can import any type of audio file professionally or done directly from a WAV file. What a way to showcase a property. This can, any of these URLs at any level of Storyteller can be embedded into your website. They can be used for marketing. One of the things that we, we also really like is if you take a look over here, I'll show you an option that comes. You can actually take a screenshot of any one of the different properties that we build with Storyteller and then use those screenshots as JPEGs in any type of other marketing that you would like to do. So just another output there. But this just gives you an idea of the different types. I'm going to come back over here. Just some fun facts. I think it's important when we look at our business and why we exist to make our brokers the heroes. And when we look at visualization, we look at interactive content because there's just such a drive in the market right now as we move more towards digital experiences abroad in all things we do. Just a couple things to point out from the different sources I've listed below that we've seen. That 91% of business-to-business buyers prefer to be sold using interactive and visual content. I find that statistic to be absolutely amazing. I know personally, I buy on visuals, I buy on design. I have a harder time buying on flat print, whether it's 2D, whether it's just the open floor plan with a residential community and different types of houses, whether it's a condo, whether it's a space we're taking for our business. I definitely am one of those in the 91% that prefer to be sold using interactive visual type content, 3D visual walking tours, those type of things resonate more with me. And the other thing is people are 85% more likely to purchase after viewing the visual content. And I think that's true. We talked to Ryan Darcy. He was kind enough to give us some feedback. He's been using the product for well over a year and a half. He's with JLL out of their Australia office. And as you can see from his testimonial here, he says we've springboarded the business ahead of the competitors and enhance all the interactive business collaboration, client engagement in a short period of time. I do think when we talk to our clients after we engage, the feedback we get is very humbling. It's amazing what the difference in results they're getting in working with their prospects, their clients, their developers. It's absolutely amazing. So we are speeding up the process by which people buy and also giving you additional marketing and capability in the digital world. The one thing we have available today is for all of the folks that signed up to participate today for Demo Day, we're offering additional discounts off of each of the different Storyteller subscriptions that we have. You'll be able to get in touch with us if you did not put forth your information when you signed up. You can get in touch with us on my next slide. I'll show you my contact details. The other thing is we'll be at CREtech in LA at booth 24 exhibiting. Myself and my colleague VK will be there every day over the 2 days for the entire duration, doing demos in our booth, showing people additional examples. We have lots of different types of demos that we can show. I've only showed a few today. Lots of different concepts, lots of different ideas. We're happy to collaborate on projects and talk to you about how we can help enhance any type of project that you're doing. So it's simple to do. You can get in touch with us. We can chat. But if you reference Demo Day, we will certainly make sure that we get you additional discounts in working through signups for today. The last thing that I'll leave you with is, before we open up for Q&A, so again, Richard Tarity, phone number is right here. Please feel free to reach me. My email is right here as well. Happy to collaborate on any and all projects. And again, come see us at CREtech in LA. We're at booth 24 and be happy to talk and show you as many demos, as many concepts and ideas that we've done in the past as you may want to see. And that's all I have for you today.
Thanks, Rich. That was really great. Guys, feel free to use the chat or the Q&A with any questions you have while we have Rich on the line for just a few more minutes. I'd love to hear from you. It looks like we don't have any questions for you, Rich. I think everyone's going to be with you live in 2 weeks in LA, so they'll ask all their questions there. So we'll leave it right there, and we'll get ready for our next demo, Malcolm and the Toolbox Group, in just a second. Oh, wait, someone, of course, is coming in right at the last minute. So the question is from Jeff, and his question is, what is the technology behind your solution?
Okay, got it. So Jeff, this is a Foyr built this solution and software from the ground up. So it's all of our own intellectual property. We've got over 15 different patents pending. It's all hosted on a global AWS CloudFront. So that's what we use since we're a global business. All of the development is done in-house. The advantage that we have with having our own software, as any real software company really does with that, is we control the product roadmap, we control the revisioning, we can quickly speed up and customize the software as fast as the different types of requirements come in from the clients. I've seen several projects now where we've been able to take some ideas clients have and quickly accelerate development around that to deliver back an output. And then of course that feature gets added in as an additional feature for all of our clients. But owning the software gives us an unfair advantage to being able to really do anything we need to do, which is fantastic.
So Jonathan asked about using VR goggles instead of the browser. Any plans there?
Yes, there is plans. I know VK is on as well. So if he is he able to unmute himself? Because he would be able to probably give us a little bit more around our VR strategy and mixed reality strategy if we had a couple minutes here.
Let me see if I can find him. Yep, give me 1 second. We've got lots of people on. There you are, VK. Here you are. You are now unmuted. VK, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me all right?
You're a little garbly, but yeah, we can hear you.
Got it. Yeah, so we do support VR goggles, especially Google Cardboard stuff. The output that you see can be exported into a format, which is then supported by head-mounted devices from Google Cardboard to Oculus Go and the similar devices, HTC Vive, stuff like that. So happy to probably sync up offline and, talk to whoever. Sorry, I missed the name, but happy to explore that as well. But yes, we do support VR.
Okay. We will connect everybody after the fact. We've got a few more questions, but unfortunately that's the end of the time for Foyr. So I will make sure that Rich has got all of your questions and he can reach out to you all individually. So thank you. Let's